The neon buzz of the old arcade hummed a forgotten tune. A melody only the dust motes seemed to remember.
For me, Leo, and Maya, it was our sanctuary, a cathedral of flashing lights and pixelated dreams.
We'd spent countless nights here, fueled by cheap soda and the thrill of beating each other's high scores. But this night was different. It started, as most of our questionable adventures did, with a dare from Leo. "Bet you can't find a machine in here we haven't played," he'd said, his grin a slash of white in the dim light. We'd laughed, accepting the challenge. We scoured every corner, past the dusty pinball machines and the silent, hulking cabinets of games long past their prime. It was behind a tattered curtain, in a corner so dark it felt like it was swallowing the light, that we found it. It wasn't like the others. It was sleek, black, and utterly featureless, except for a single, pulsating blue button and a slot. No branding, no pictures of bubbly drinks, nothing. It looked alien, out of place, like a monolith dropped into our world of 8-bit heroes. A low, almost imperceptible hum vibrated from its core. "Weird," Maya whispered, her voice barely disturbing the air. "I've never seen this before. It doesn't even have a coin slot." "Can you believe that? So ridiculous?" She gently ran her hand over its cool, smooth surface, feeling every curve.
Leo, always the fearless one,
Took a deep breath and stepped up confidently.
"There's only one way to find out what it does." He reached for the glowing button. "Wait!" I said, a sudden, irrational unease prickling my skin. "We don't know what it is. It could be broken, or worse." Leo just rolled his eyes. "Come on, Sam. It's a vending machine, not a portal to another dimension. What's the worst that could happen? It electrocutes me." With a dramatic flare, he jabbed the button. The hum intensified, the blue light flashing rapidly. For a second, nothing happened. We all held our breath. Then, with a soft whir and a gentle clunk, a can dropped into the slot. It was as black as a machine, with a single word written on it in elegant, glowing blue script. "Leo." We stared at it, dumbfounded. Leo picked it up, turning it over in his hands. How does it know my name?" "Maybe it's a scanner? Facial recognition?" Maya theorized, though she didn't sound convinced. Leo shrugged, the daredevil glint back in his eyes. He popped the tab. A faint, sweet-smelling mist hissed out. He took a long drink, his eyes closing in bliss. "Whoa," he breathed. "That's incredible. It tastes like winning? Like the feeling you get when you finally beat the final boss?" Intrigued, Maya and I looked at each other and then back at the machine. She stepped up and pressed the button. Another whir, another clunk. A can appeared, identical to Leo's, but this time with Maya written on it. She took a tentative sip, her eyes widened. "He's right. It tastes like finishing a good book on a rainy day. It's perfect." Now, it was my turn. The unease was still there, a knot in my stomach, but curiosity was a stronger force. I pressed the button. The machine delivered a can with Sam etched onto its surface. My heart pounded as I lifted it. What would my perfect feeling taste like? I took a small sip. It was the taste of a summer evening, the scent of fresh cut grass, the feeling of pure, simple contentment. It was magic. We sat there for a while, sipping our personalized drinks, marveling at the strange machine. The arcade's neon glow seemed to wrap around us, creating our own little pocket of reality. It was Leo who broke the spell. He stood up to stretch, and that's when I saw it. Or rather, didn't see it. The lights of the Galaga cabinet behind him cast long, dancing shadows across the floor. Maya had won. I had won. But where Leo stood, there was nothing. Just the flat, grimy floor. His form cast no darkness, no silhouette. "Leo," I said, my voice tight, "your shadow, it's gone." He laughed. "What are you talking about?" He looked down. The laughter died in his throat. He spun around, frantically searching the floor around his feet. Panic bloomed on his face. Where is it? It absolutely had to be here, right? I mean, where else would it be? He started jumping, waving his arms, trying to force a shadow to appear. But the light passed right through where it should have been. Maya was up on her feet, totally forgetting about her drink in hand. The machine, she whispered, her eyes wide with horror. The drinks. It didn't just give us a drink. It took something. We turned to face the monolithic machine. The single blue button pulsed slowly, innocently. It looked less like a vending machine now and more like a predator, patiently waiting. The hum felt deeper, more menacing. It felt thirsty. We have to get it back, Leo said, his voice trembling. It took my shadow. I want it back. He lunged for the button again, hammering it with his fist. But this time, nothing happened. The machine remained silent, its light pulsing at the same steady, taunting rhythm. It had what it wanted from him. It's a trade, I realized, the cold dread seeping into my bones. A perfect drink. For a piece of you. We looked at our own feet. Our shadows were still there, clinging to us, but they seemed fainter now, less defined.
Did the machine
Snag a little piece of them too?
Like a down payment. The next few days were a blur of fear and frantic research. Leo grew withdrawn, pale. He avoided bright lights, stayed indoors, and seemed to become more transparent, more ghost-like with each passing hour. It wasn't just his shadow that was gone. It felt like his substance, his presence in the world, was fading. He told us he felt cold, empty. We knew we were on a clock. The machine was still there in the arcade, humming its silent, hungry tune. What would happen when its thirst returned? Would it come for the rest of Leo? Would it come for Maya's shadow? Or mine? The whispers started then. Not from anyone in particular, but in our own minds. A tempting thought, late at night, when the fear was at its worst. Just one more sip. It makes you feel so good. What's a shadow? Really? We had to fight it. We had to find a way to get Leo's shadow back before the machine decided it wanted more. We weren't just fighting for Leo's shadow anymore. We were fighting for our own. The game had changed, and the stakes were higher than any high score. The neon lights of the arcade no longer felt like a sanctuary. They felt like the glowing eyes of a monster. And we were trapped in its game. The question that haunted my every waking moment was no longer just about Leo. It was about us. If that button promised you a taste of pure happiness, your own perfect moment in a can, would you press it, even knowing it might take a part of you that you could never get back? Thank you so much for joining me on this story. If you're intrigued by the mysteries of the shadow vending machine, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what happens next. See you in the next video.